such a state where it's like rock, paper, scissors, where, you know, it's kind of like being in a position you can't play it, where you have to, you know, always throw a losing hand out there. Profit falls early. That's a huge pickup here. They lose their Zarya London, so you have to back up.
Profit very much caught out of position there, dying on the wrong side of that choke to the Uprising. Colorhex working around the side, he's ball charged up. Oh, she thought he would shoot there straight into the wall, but it's Fury is going up against one of the most prolific eaters of Graviton Surges in the Overwatch League. And now Boston Uprising, without that key engagement tool, they're going to have to improvise. Fury straight to the grab, go over the top. RCK defensive self-destruct to claim Gesture, but that's all Boston will be getting.
It must be so awesome to have Fury on your team. Color Hex again, though, getting closer to this massive grab out. Big shatter. The sound barrier does come down, but there'll be a self-destruct over the top there from Fury. Connects with Blase. Fusions falls as well, so Boston has no chance but to back up.
In this round, and Color Hex will try and bear down now with full charge. Profit, his buff is gone. Here comes the grab. This time it isn't eaten, and the entirety of the Spitfire are caught up in it, but the Transcendence was right there. Self-destruct defensively once more from RCK, but this time the Spitfires see it coming. And the Uprising are forced to play back into the choke, but they've got only 3% to work with here, and Gesture is waiting to shut this one down with an Earth Shatter. No connection though, it misses, but Fusions is still claimed by Fury self-destruct, and RCK's mech is gone. The London Spitfire are going to force the Boston Uprising away, and there's not much Boston can do. They have to push in, but Matt, they're down to 2 players, and overtime has already begun. Persia's not going anywhere. Very cute, but not enough to get rid of the mech of Fury. That will be the round. This is great presence of mind from Quartermain, by the way, consistently denying the high ground away from Boston. First it was Color Hex fully charged on the high ground. He was knocked down, and now the rest of them knocked to the ground once more. A huge connection there with that Earth Shatter. London clean up comfortably. See, RCK though, if he can laser him down, he won't have to worry about it. Defense matrix Profit sends in the grab anyway. There will of course be a Transcendence to respond, but that would have been expected at this point by the Spitfire. Alamon caught up in the wall, Persia going down. And remember, the Spitfire still remain in control of the point, and the Uprising are in no position to argue with that right now. The Spitfire right now needs to wait till more of them come and challenge on the ground. He goes for a risky Graviton on the backside, but the timing was good because that was when the self-destruct was coming through from Fury, and he couldn't have negated it anyway. Gesture though swinging forward, that's a Discord orb on Color Hex, nicely applied by Vidoshin. And it was easy for Gesture to work him down. 92% for London, Matt, and Boston. They've lost yet another fight. They've lost every fight in this round, and they're not going to get back to this point in any kind of time frame. Fusions is out of position, and that'll be the week to burn down. There's not much to be seen or done here as the London Spitfire take Oasis away.
London looked dominant there in map number 1. Boston, they come in with the new support core here, but did not work out. It was all London Spitfire here on Oasis.
Map 2 is just around the corner, strap yourselves in.
Let's see what Boston decides to do. It's a big fight win for London because they're allowed to get Gesture back in.
I like this. They're getting aggressive speed boost use now as the Spitfire want to make the engagement in the Graviton Surge with a connection. Blase won't be kept alive by the Transcendence as he is turned into mush up against the wall, and Gesture has a shatter. He'll save it. He can shield up for the time being. Still ready for it this time, and London couldn't really pull a fast one on them. Fury's going to go in now and try for an Earth Shatter. Gesture does connect it. Good little charge in towards Fusions. He tried to set up for the self-destruct kill, but maybe a little bit too much. Both Fusions and Gesture are both down now, and Color Hex is on the point charged up. Discord orb expiring as it was removed from him, but now Transcendence from both sides. They want to fight. Yeah, they're really committing to this, the Boston Uprising now, and they'll have to hope it's not going to be all for naught. Fusions has an Earth Shatter, but he's nowhere to be found right now. He still needs to get to the point, but as Spitfire have to contest right now, they could be in an awkward position if the point is captured, and they're here. Sound barrier used, 3 players benefit from it, and Persia goes down to Quartermain. Color Hex low, he's down.
And I thought London was over-investing in that fight, but
the Uprising again approach in much the same fashion, try and keep as much distance between them and London as possible as they get to the point. Color Hex, Graviton almost on the line once more, and he needs to wait for the Spitfire to drop or at least play together. Right now, the split between high and low ground, and the grab would only be half as effective as that. Alamon down though, Quartermain finds him, once again opening up the fight here. Being charged at the wall, Gesture's caught out by that one, but the Transcendence is timely. Oh, this is quite the light show, I'll be honest. Self-destruction, both teams going into the backside. Fusion's there, it's a big shatter. 3 players knocked down. It was Gesture able to pick himself back up. He's going to shatter of his own. It's effective. Color Hex is knocked down, and now it's Blase to try and hold on here. Alamon isn't too far from the action, but he's got no friends to help him. And the London Spitfire will hold off here. Quite the explosive start on Horizon Lunar Colony, but London, they are out of reach of the Uprising so far. They make their way through. Even with Lucio's speed boost getting dropped a little bit here, it's still very easy to take teams by surprise by bursting forth from out of line of sight and jumping on them. Gesture, big hit there. That might have been a fire strike and it might cost him. RCK is not going to let him get away with this one. Alamon with the finish. Persia sitting in the back. Fury trying to trace down and go 1-for-1. But good peel for the Zenyatta of the Boston Uprising. Spitfire, so this still stands him in good stead. Oh, Gesture, he gets shield bashed. Looks like there was the follow-up with an Earth Shatter from Fusions, and they throw in the self-destruct to boot. Not only that, but they say the grab for the next fight, and the Boston Uprising are rationing out those key abilities.
To get a pretty big grab.
I mean, London may have to use everything to win this fight, but I mean, if they use it all and get nothing, then they're in deep trouble. Here's a sound barrier as the grab comes in. Transcendence to respond from the Uprising. Fury, self-destruct. Oh, he gets 3! It looks like the Earth Shatter didn't even connect, actually, and yet still, Fusions, Alamon, Color Hex all burnt down, and that should decide it. Now the Spitfire can mosey over onto point A and start to capture. Fury will keep RCK occupied on the high ground for the time being, sitting here, and he knows his team are looking very, very good going into half-time at 2-0. Switch to the Wrecking Ball now for Fusions, who's forced to back away from the point. RCK also slapped back off, but with Color Hex falling to quarter main, Persia will try and peek in from this side, but the moment Fury turns around, he's going to have to head for the heals, and that'll be about that. Alamon low, Persia down, and now Fusions has no healers. That'll be enough for the London Spitfire. Heading into the break at 2-0. And again, Fury, big bomb. It looks like Fusions' shield was just broken by raw damage there. Whatever it was, he got the job done.
The other side, so get that really high game sense. Oh, nice move. You see, Fusion. Yeah, he ain't living through that.
Straight in the trash compactor. No way he couldn't have got away from that. And no repair pack available for the next couple of seconds. The Gesture seems to cool these heals for a moment. But RCK getting desuited Fusions. Well, at least he met his fate head on. Again, the Uprising will be repelled. You have to hit a rotund grab, a huge one.
Here's the rally speed boost out.
So, Fusion creating space here. He's moved up, but that Earth Shatter from Gesture didn't quite come off the way they would have liked it to have done. And Vidoshin, without the protection of shield of Gesture, will go down. The aforementioned will follow. Another Spitfire there, again not using too many ults of their own outside of Gesture's failed attempt to shut the Uprising down, but Boston are on the board and they're on the road. This part's quite an angsty part of the map for the attackers, and Color Hex is going to even use the Graviton Surge. So much investment, and it may not be enough. The sound barrier being thrown out there, London Spitfire stave off this huge commitment from the Boston Uprising. They want to take it slow, Boston, nothing personal.
We're going to get this Transcendence.
They just need to clean Shatter, and they get 2. Vidoshin and Murdering both got down, but Gesture keeps the shield up. He was discorded though. There it is. Boston now have no ultimates left. They need to get a kill here, and they do. They push straight over the top of Gesture, and London are forcing Boston to dig deep, in all fairness. There's still a lot further to travel at this stage of the map before they get a time extension.
Yeah, they burned a lot of time here, though, if you're London, so.
And now the Uprising will punish here. The Spitfire are forced to play in the small choke area. Gesture is trying to keep his shield alive for as long as possible, but Color Hex just lets rip with the Graviton here. Transcendence now for Vidoshin. He wasn't stunned, so they're able to use it. Alamon's going to get up on the corner, and now Transcendence coming out here. Is RCK able to benefit from the heal? It doesn't matter. A huge shatter. Everyone was held in place. Gesture brings the house down.
Right, with the self-destruct, we can take a look from Gesture's POV. I mean, this is huge.
I mean, here's the problem for Fusion, did the lose-lose. He doesn't want to step into the grab. He wants to try and, kill some of the supports that were behind sound barrier for quarter main here. The Spitfire have to get something done. And yeah, good way to start the fight. Shatter comes in, but Fusion just toasted before he can really get anything done. No follow-up possible. RCK, they didn't have his rocket boost, he sort of didn't bother. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's not going to be enough anyway for Boston. The London Spitfire, they make it costly. They levy heavy taxes. That option won't be available again for the next 10 or so seconds. So damage trades look good. Quarter main this time is going to go down first, and quickly the Spitfire have to get away, but the Lucio is what was providing their speed, and they might get caught. Profit down. Fusion's a swing for the fence. Gesture is able to get away with the help of Transcendence of all things. Trying to go aggressive against Zarya Bubble, and that Discord Orb is now gone. And a repair pack. A lot being thrown at Gesture right now, and it's a attempt for Bird Drink to shield bash forward, and they've caught Fusions. Nicely done by the Spitfire. They show some patience, and well, RCK this time is going to eat Profit's grab. London Spitfire had to make it with a sound barrier here to self-destruct just to dissuade further aggression, but Fury is still going to get caught out by RCK's bomb. It may not matter though, because there's another Transcendence for Bedosian. He used it so cheaply last time, but easy come, easy go. Now we reset in this fight. Colorhex and his opposite number. Prophet are very well charged up. It's the grab from Colorhex. Placement, excellent. Still no kills just yet, but they will come. Great grab from Colorhex, and they are playing the San Francisco Shock style.
And this is just what you wanted to see if you're an Uprising fan.
Just a bit of damage there, hoping to bait something, and there it is! He gets Fusions to go a little bit too aggressive. Busy swinging the hammer at Jester. Rumble in the jungle now as that Earth Shatter connects beautifully. The Spitfire are on the road. Jester taking some damage, but he's willing to go forward and try and follow up. And there's the grab. Transcendence now has to be used, but it's too late. It's way too late. Fusions and Colorhex haven't gone down already. RCK Blase will try and keep it going, but there's the Shatter. It's big, and so is the sound barrier. The London Spitfire, they dig around in the lucky box for a while and finally come up with the answer. 3-0 in this series, dominant so far, and with one map left, they are cruising. But he can't overstay his welcome. Shatter! Connection there on towards Fusions. RCK gets stunned up after the fact here, and that is a front line in turmoil. Transcendence has to be used for Bedosian here. Persia goes for his one later. As Birdring gets charged against the wall, the healing wouldn't have saved him anyway. Gesture knocked forward. Nice positioning by Alamon to secure that kill.
Yeah, when you lose Birdring, you don't have that big burst heal that comes from Brigitte, so Gesture in a world of trouble there is Boston. They'll take our first point.
Okay, off the high ground. Boston, look, they go the long way around, but yeah, I mean,
he's everywhere. Like Fury, like you don't even see him there. Like he's not even on the screen. Like when we're watching Colorhead.
Dude, he's in the system. You know, it was like that old Reaper bug where you could like teleport into walls and come out of them. Yeah, it's like
18 patches in a row where it's like Reaper to get here. It's like, wait, everybody alive? Transcendence now used by Boston as they want to push forward.
Oh, the timing
Shatter.
is perfect from
sound barrier though is great.
That is intuition though, to know when to bring that hammer on down. And still, looks like they've staved that off. Boston tried the same thing when they all got knocked down by Gesture with the sound barrier, but still the line of Spitfire able to just to back up on this one. There's some healing to be done, but Rally is helping that. Once again, it falls to the Reinhardts to pave a way forward for their teams. Oh, Persia caught! The high ground play from Prophet was so nasty. Gesture, I mean, the shadow doesn't even really matter that much after the fact. Both Ryans put their shields up. Blase low. RCK is going to get caught out there, and the payload will still move a little bit further. Birdring almost got caught off guard by Colorhex. That right click from Nazaya could have been his head. So there it is, grab on the corner. That's an insurance policy and nothing more. The London Spitfire again only concede one checkpoint.
You see them Boston, they want to meet them up on the high ground. So
Alamon has to be careful. Blase also low when he's caught out. Sometimes a straight fire strike, especially when you're playing in a choke. It's so easy for Gesture to get value with those. And very hard to dodge them at the speed they travel in such a short space. And Boston Uprising, it's an odd commitment, Matt. Do you think they're better off backing down the stairs, giving some space and giving themselves some time to heal? And he needs to protect Blase right now. Quartermain was looking to get cheeky and find the pick off and a grab here. The Uprising have very little to respond to it except the latent effects of that rally. With Alamon going down now, there's even less AoE healing for them, and it's just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, they end up using Shatter there, which does end up having Bedosian use Transcendence. Which I was like, oh, you're pretty much going to save at this point, right? Transcendence to use, plus Rally at the same time. Profit off the top ropes here.
It is a disaster for the Boston Uprising now. Looks like Fusion's charge didn't carry Gesture far enough to actually get the kill, that lone damage. And the London Spitfire now, again, this is all but done. RCK is going to try and drop down here and do the hamster dance, but how long can he evade his would-be captors? Not long enough, unfortunately. Shatter coming out from Fusions here. He does connect with Birdring, but Alamon can't stay alive on that payload long enough. Persia now trying to wind back the sands of time, but it's too late for that. Another Shatter into a shield from Gesture, but again, he's got so many of them now, he kind of uses them frivolously enough. Payload gets to the golden box of victory, and it will be the London Spitfire taking this series away. It is a shutout, and by no means was it particularly close.
And I just thought that was such a great exchange there towards the end from London.
We need to crown ourselves a player of the match, brought to you by Omen by HP. Definitely a few candidates here, but I have to say one player who's been enabled by Quartermain is Gesture, looking very good in a matchup where he had to be the dominant Reinhardt player.
I only said Gesture was the player of the match because I thought they would use the B-roll of him dabbing on the way in again, but they didn't. So now I want to give it to somebody else. No, I'm kidding. Gesture was a beast all series long. We talked about how I know maybe like his Reinhardt's not his best tank, but I think like as you saw, it's definitely getting better. I think you take a look at his stats from just stage 2, throw stage 1 out the books, his Reinhardt was pretty good in stage 2. And I think the more Reinhardt he's kind of forced to play up until potentially like a meta shift or something like that is only going to benefit London in the long term, right? If he can get better at this hero, we know he's great on Orisa, we know he's great on Winston. It's like now if you throw this in the mix, he's a very, very strong player.